This is an Eye on Annapolis bonus podcast.
All right, well, the Super Bowl is on February 8th, and let's face it, as an Eagles fan, I really don't care. And I would say with everybody that's listening here that's mostly Ravens and Commanders fans, they probably don't care either. But also on February 8th is something you do want to care about, and that is the Super Bowl here at Heritage Baptist Church. And today we're talking with Pastor Scott Shelton. And how are you?
I'm great, and also a Cowboys fan, so I am also grieving. But
Oh, you're a Cowboys fan.
I am.
Ooh, I've got a problem then, because we're going to talk about the Super Bowl, and I've got in my notes here that you're not allowed to wear Dallas jerseys.
Yep. I
that-
may not.
The animosity, I
Well,
imagine.
the thing, I was all geared up this year. Because every year the Cowboys fans think we're going to go to the Super
Right,
Bowl.
it's it.
So I was
This
like,
is the year.
I was gonna buy a legit Cowboys jersey, not like a fake one, like a $150.
Spend the $200
Yeah,
on it.
I'm gonna spend it. And I'm gonna be a grown man with a football jersey and call it a day. But that's a no go.
Think of the money you saved.
That's right. Thank you, Cowboys. Yeah.
Well, on February 8th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., you want to put that on your calendar because it is the Super Bowl, and that's SOUPERBOWL here at Heritage Baptist Church. And it's a wonderful event. I find that it's sort of like Midnight Madnesses. I come here once a year, and I run into all sorts of people that I haven't seen in a year here. But essentially, it's a lunch, right?
It's a lunch, yeah. Come grab some soup, and we have other things too, cake and some bread and all that good stuff. And lots of different people come. It's not just for our church; it's meant for the community, and it is a lot of fun. But also, you can also learn more about the Lighthouse. In fact, I just today met with David Alt, the new executive director, and he's fantastic. And he's going to be here and be able to share some stories and some things they're doing.
Well, this event is sort of free. Technically it is
Yep.
free, but they do ask for a donation of at least $10 per person, and 100% of that does go to our very own Lighthouse.
That's correct.
This is not a Pastor Shelton's poker fund.
That's a good idea. That might be next year. We might, we'll see how.
This does go to the Lighthouse here. I mean, the food, I do love the chicken noodle. I know Brian Shawcross, who is one of the chefs here, he brings his secret chili recipe and sort of thumps his chest on that. And I've heard very good things. I'm going to have to give that a shot this year. I know you've got potato soup, salad, rolls. It's just a really great community building event.
Yeah. We invite people in. You come, you just grab your bowl, sit down, and we talk about the Lighthouse. This is what we're doing. We're trying to celebrate them and their good work. And so, It really is. The thing I just keep on when I talk to people in the community is that it is for everybody. We're not pulling a bait and switch on you. You're not coming.
We don't need to show our
service.
Baptist card to get in?
Yeah, you don't have to. If you got one, well, mine got taken a long time ago, I think, depending on where you grew up and how you call yourself a Baptist. But anyway, that's a different story. We're really glad that people can come, and a lot of people know the Fellowship Hall. It's kind of one of our main community hubs, and what we do, we welcome a lot of different groups from the community into that space.
Well, I know that since it does fall on the day of the Super Bowl, team jerseys are encouraged.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's scheduled for a perfect time to come after church. If you aren't headed to church, I mean, you can actually even stop in here a little bit earlier at 10 o'clock, catch one of your services before if you'd like to do that, or not.
Yep.
I mean, but just come out and support the community is the message I think that we're trying to get through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with all this stuff, it really does take all of us to into both an awareness of what's actually happening, which is why David Alt, the executive director of the Lighthouse, will be here both within the service, and we're going to be talking to him there, but then also at the Super Bowl between, that's the 11:30 to 1:30 time frame, and he'll be able to share some stories along with some of his staff. These are the kind of moments, I think, for people to kind of make connection points with needs, because I find this a lot. I don't know if you sense this, but like there's a lot of people that want to do something, but they don't know what to do or how to do it. And this is a real, I call it low hanging fruit, easy way, kind of come in, listen, hear, both for volunteer opportunities, but if you're inclined to give generously, to do those things, and just become more aware of things.
Well, the need is great here. I mean, I will say that the Community Foundation puts out the needs awareness thing every 3 years, I believe it is. Dr. Pamela Brown's Poverty Amidst Plenty. I encourage everybody to read it to find out the need in Anne Arundel County, specifically here in Annapolis. I mean, the Lighthouse is limited in what they can do, and there's a lot of literal outreach where they're reaching out beyond their walls to take care of, our neighbors that are homeless. The fact that you guys have been doing this, I do want to point out that you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yep.
And that's longer than you've been here.
It is longer than I've been here. Yep.
Cumulatively, I know the goal is $10,000 that you'd like to get from that Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. Cumulatively, I think you're looking at about $75,000 that you've given to the Lighthouse.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Which is incredible and shows to the generosity of the community. My favorite Lighthouse story is, I say it's not my favorite, but my family, when all my kids were here, we used to go Christmas morning and prepare breakfast with a whole group of people. It was the most rewarding thing. The first year that we did it, the kids were like, "Oh, no, we want the presents. What's going on? No, this is stupid. This is stupid." Fast forward 4 years. When are we going? And everybody really got, the bug to help out and to realize. And there was one Sunday, one Christmas morning that we were there, and my daughter was slinging the sausages out of the pan onto the plates or whatever it was. And she looks up face to face with a classmate on the other side that was a resident there. They both had this WTF look on their faces.
Yeah.
With the, "What are you doing here?" Handled it well, just, gave the food and went and ate. And we had a great conversation afterwards and just said that, there's very many people that are just very close to being on the other side of that serving bar. And it really made an impression on her. It made an impression on me. And, the Lighthouse is just a wonderful resource that we have in Anne Arundel County and in Annapolis. And I will say that the Super Bowl, when you sit down at those big round tables, you're going to meet a stranger. You're going to leave with a new friend, a new connection. I hate to think it's a networking event, but certainly there are people in your center. Hey, I'd like to talk to that person more. That was an interesting conversation. Wonderful event. I do encourage everybody to go. And I'll tell you, with the 1:30 finish, plenty of time to go home and work on your honey-do list.
Yep.
You can catch the Puppy Bowl.
The Puppy Bowl,
right, which is always good. The Olympics will be in full swing. You can go grab some wings and watch that there's some other game or something going on, like at 6:30 at night. You can watch that or something like that in the evening. But it's a great way to really start your Sunday off at the Super Bowl here. Do you know how it all started? I mean, this is going back 20 years. I mean, it's obviously before you.
Yeah, it's from a former pastor here and so a group of people that kind of got together. The Lighthouse at that time was on West Street, it was where the bistro is now. But they were having some financial woes, and it was kind of one of those moments, was like just a few $1,000s could make or break their month. And so they were like, well, what could we do? And then, the Super Bowl came about from that kind of need. How can we raise some money for them and do this in a community fashion? And so that's how it began. And here we are 20 years later. It's just a year by year, the diligence of our volunteers to just keep running point on it.
You know what I love about this event, though, is that it's not really an event. I don't want to say that there's not a lot of work that goes into it, because I know there's a lot of work. But this is just, there's no flash, there's no, there's no DJs and lights, and it's not this. It's community.
Yeah,
it's coming into a church hall, sitting down. Using a religious reference, breaking bread with your, with your brothers. And, it's just a very special morning is what that is.
Which is like, for me, there's a lot that I could say about all of that, but it's what we need more of in our world and in our time. I think sitting and eating with someone, whether you know them or you don't, is one of the more powerful things that you can do. And one of my habits is actually, when I enter a restaurant or whatever, just to look around and see who's eating with who. Are they eating with people just like them? Are there different types of people eating together? And anyway, this is kind of an event where you could eat with someone that is different than you.
It's funny, when my parents were A, married and A, alive, when they would have dinner parties, and they were sort of known for breaking up couples, and not in the divorce sense, but if you come in as a married couple, most places would seat you next to each other. They would totally rearrange it so you would sit next to somebody that you may or may not know, but it was not your comfort level, which is really very kind of cool. It gets you talking, and it gets you realizing. And I think that when you're sharing a meal together, a lot of the things that we think separate us sort of melt away. Okay, we all need nourishment. We all need to eat. And this is an opportunity to get that. I mean, you don't have the Republicans and the Democrats and the conservatives and the liberals and the blacks and the whites and the gays and the straights and the men and the women. You don't have all of that sitting down together. You're having people sitting down together. You're having humans sitting down together, sharing a human event.
Yep.
Unfair question. Do you have any idea how many gallons of soup you guys have put out over 20 years?
That's a great Lee Hurt question.
And Lee Hurt she has been sort of wrangling the cats to make this all happen for many years. And,
absolutely.
She's fantastic. Absolutely. Just Energizer Bunny.
That's right. Yeah. But she knows that kind of random trivia, and will pump it out. But yeah, no, I don't.
She
but
would BS her way through it.
That's right. She would just make up I'm not putting that on her. No, but I just, in general, we have plenty of food, and I mean, even to go is an option, all of that. So,
well, I know if you can't make it, or perhaps if you don't want to make it, because it is a crowd, it is a sellout 3 times over. I mean, I hovered in the back of the room looking for a seat.
We were talking about this year. We were like, do away with tables. We could stand up. And we're like, yeah, it feels like, based on what we were just saying, it's just, it's a little complicated, but yeah.
Yeah. But if you can't make it, there are ways to help support it. You can go to Heritage Gives.
heritageloves.com/give. But if you go to heritageloves.com, and there's a giving category, and then you can pull down the menu and you can give to the Super Bowl.
Okay, and 100% of that goes right
100%.
in and out of here, right out to the lighthouse on Hudson Street.
We pay for the soup and all the items, like everything. So it literally is us giving a check to the lighthouse and directly to them.
Absolutely. Well, again, the ways to support this and the lighthouse are A, to attend, B, to spread the word.
Yeah.
Let your neighbors know about this. Whether you're coming or not, let them know that it's here, that's an event. It's a very cool event that gives back to the community and helps the community that we all share together. And again, like I say, you can take the easy way out. You can go to heritageloves.com and /give, do the pick down and pick Super Bowl in the drop down, and that'll be able to help out here. I will be going to there before we get out of here today, and I'll make my contribution. Just make sure you note that on when I check in, so they don't shake me down for the 10
Well, I won't be there. You'll have to give the explanation to the finance people there.
But I'll tell you, again, before we wrap it up, I do want to thank Heritage for certainly doing this, but you guys are always in the front of a need in the community. Maybe I need to disclaim it. I'm not a member of this church, so I'm not, this is not like I'm sucking up to my pastor here, but you've got the food pantry, and when when COVID was coming through here, I mean, you guys were really on the front line of every community need. And I think that that's just really admirable. And I want to thank you and your leadership in the church for that, because you guys are part of what makes us a community. Now, I guess as we wrap up, what do we have to say? We have to say, go what? Seahawks and Patriots? Is that what we're going with? Notice the enthusiasm there?
I know. It sounds like a nap to me, but whatever. Yeah, in fact, I was going for then I switched over and started going for Chicago, and then they lost. So I feel like any team I pick, they're going to lose. So if you have a team you especially hate, let me know and I'll root for them.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going with the Seahawks is because South River stole their logo.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That's about it. But the important thing is to get out here to the Super Bowl. And then again, that's on Super Bowl Sunday, February 8th from 11:30 to 1:30. Here at Heritage Baptist Church, you're right at South Cherry Grove Avenue and Forest Drive.
1740.
across from the Lidos, the CVS on Forest Drive. I know my doctor's back there, Evolve Medical Center is back there. Come on out and see it, and hopefully I will see you, and you'll meet some new friends. I think you'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Scott. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thank you, John.
Again, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, appreciate your help.
This has been a bonus podcast from Ion Annapolis. Please visit us at ionannapolis.net. Follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Ion Annapolis. And if you haven't subscribed to the Daily News Brief podcast, go for it. And all of your local news will be delivered to your phone, tablet, or smart device by 6 a.m. every Monday through Friday.